Klein, can you talk a little bit about Terry Bussey's growth this camp as opposed to where he was a year ago when he was thrust into the wide receiver spot?
Terry's done a really nice job. I think you look at, he's always had great twitch. He's always had really, really good top-end speed. I think the strides he's really made is the definition of routes in and out of cuts and breaks. His football IQ is off the chart. I mean, he's able to process a lot of what's going on around him, but I think all that has even slowed down and even gotten better. You know, and really, I've been really impressed. First part of camp here, he's made some really good contested catches, you know, and tight coverage, good defense, good ball, and he's big, strong, and goes up and attacks the football. So I think from a wide receiver skill set has really made good strides.
Colin?
Scrimmage, what were kind of your biggest takeaways from this Saturday?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I thought our operational tempo was really, really good through all the units, through all the different substitutions. I thought the mentality start to finish in the scrimmage was a really, really good step in the right direction. You know, I think our penalties and procedures and turnovers were down. You know, there were some things situationally that we got to improve at, but again, I thought was some really, really good learning and really, really good experience there. I thought our guys competed and played really hard, you know, and we're really, I think we had more explosive plays in that scrimmage than we've had since we've been here. And I think they were getting excited with each other, watching each other make big explosive plays, and I think that was really, really cool to see.
We've heard before you got here that your offense featured the tight end, or at least used the tight end quite a bit. How accurate is that? And secondly, how much better in a situation are y'all there?
Yeah, I think we are in a better situation. I mean, I think I don't necessarily even look at it as my offense per se. It's, hey, who's our best players? You know what I mean? And what do we have depth-wise year to year to get us there? I think we are deeper at tight end this year, so I think we'll be able to play and use them in a lot of different ways.
I know this is a Mike thing, but what goes into the decision about how many scrimmages that you'll have in the fall when you weigh, I assume, experience with keeping everybody healthy?
You know, I think it's probably a little bit, you know, where you're at in some of the competitive battles, you know what I mean, on the depth chart. Probably health, obviously, is a huge factor in where we're sitting health-wise in comparison to where we need to go. That's obviously really important. And then, you know, how hard we're competing, too. I've been really proud of our guys outside of the scrimmage realm of how hard and how fast the work has been, which that helps too, that you're getting good work and not having to take people to the ground.
You talked about some of the things you like from your unit, but anybody specifically player-wise that stood out in the scrimmage?
I think Jamari Morrow, I think really had a nice day. Was really ran the ball extremely hard, was extremely physical. Amari Daniels had some really nice big explosive runs. I think Ashton Bethel Roman continues to develop and use his long speed and ability to run routes. So I mean, I was really excited to see a lot of different guys step up and make plays.
Is there anything you learned about your offense that you maybe didn't know going into that scrimmage that you came out learning a little more about?
I just think it feels we're way further along to be able to grow and put a little bit more on them from a staff standpoint, from a capacity standpoint. I think we're going to be able to. They're able to handle a lot more right now, and it's credit to them for how hard they've worked, how hard they've studied, and what they've been able to put on the field.
What did you see from Marcel in that scrimmage?
You know, I really think he's really getting comfortable and building some continuity with some of our wideouts and skill players. You know, you can tell when you watch and pause the tape when he makes the decision to throw, when that trigger is pulled, to be able to see what the picture is when he's seeing, and I think the level of anticipation on some of those throws is getting better and improving with that trust and continuity, which is good to see.
You mentioned going back to the tight ends. I mean, you brought in a lot of new ones. With only one football to go around, I mean, do you kind of have the issue right now of how do you use all the tight ends that you have?
No, that's a good problem to have. You know, it's most definitely it's a good problem to have. But again, I think it's it'll be a little bit week to week. It'll be very competitive amongst them, and whatever gives us the best chance to be successful and exploit the defense and make them strain, then that's what we're going to do. And I think we're going to be able to be a pretty balanced unit because we have so many guys that can help us.
Is there anyone in that group in particular that maybe further along right now than you anticipated?
I think Amari Niblack, I think is one of those kind of utility pieces that is going to be able to provide a lot of diversity. You know what I mean, as far as run game, pass game, at that tight end position. I think he's really going to provide a really good skill set for us, and Nate Borgature and Theo have done a great job as well.
You mentioned explosive play.
Oh,
you
sorry.
mentioned explosive plays. What might be about this wide receiver group that you'll have more explosive plays this year? What makes you maybe confident for that?
Oh, I just think it's two things. Number one is physical speed. Their ability to truly run and stretch the defense and make man coverage strain. That's a big deal. But then I think on the other side too is more familiar with the offense. Coach Wiggins is as good as anybody of truly developing those guys into all-around players, to where they're playing the game mentally faster, which also helps their play speed as well. So I think those two things are going to really show up.
Colin, what is it about Marcel when it goes live? He has an added element, right? Like, as practice, I'm sure he's really good, but when it's like go time, he seems to elevate.
Well, he makes people play 11 on 11. If you give him space, he has the opportunity to create big plays at really any time, and that's on pass plays that turn into scrambles, or obviously read runs or design runs, whatever. So I think that component really helps out some of the pictures and things you got to deal with defensively. But again, I've been so proud of him is how hard he's developed his all-around game.
He's added so much speed to that running game y'all had last year that was so productive. What does this offense not have? Is there something you're still looking for to complete it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily from a piece standpoint. I think it's just, again, a consistent mentality, consistent in building our continuity with each other, as these pieces come together, and then being able to do it day in and day out. I thought the first part of camp we were more inconsistent. I think the last couple of days we've been able to stack some to be able to put some good ones together, but there's still some times where little mental focus here, little lack of discipline here, lack of communication here, it can kill a drive, and it doesn't matter how explosive or talented or anything else you are. If you're not on the same page and doing things right, you can shoot yourself in the foot. So I think that's the biggest thing that we got to nail down here these next 2 weeks.
We're supposed to talk to Nate here in a minute. Just, what do you see as strengths of his game and just kind of the role you anticipate him being in that tight end group?
Yeah, I think he's an all-around player. I think his movement skills are extremely good. He's very football savvy. He's played a lot of football. He's got great body control and balance to be able to stay on blocks on the perimeter and in the box. So he's very athletic to be able to block in space, but then also obviously in and around the box, and has really good ball skills. He's made some big time plays, big time catches in the red zone, and in the passing game that will be really good for us.
Were you surprised at how many tight ends that you, in the recruiting process, decided to come that filled that stable as big as it is?
Yeah, I think it's tight end is a interesting position, as when you're recruiting and kind of evaluating, and in particular in this league, the people that they are playing against down the field and on the line of scrimmage. It's one of those things where it's hard to jump in and do the job how it needs to be done from day one. There's a lot to it. It's as complicated as any position on the field, because you got run game rules and fundamentals, you got pass game rules and fundamentals. You're obviously playing against some of the freakiest human beings on the planet on both of those sides. So I think that was important for us to get the experience to be able to stabilize what we want to do offensively with somebody that's played and a couple guys that have played some big time football. Wow, really excited about Keati Armstrong and some of the young guys that we're getting through here to develop to become that all-around tight end in this league.
Between the tight ends and the wide receivers, you have a lot of transfers on this offense. How do you build that continuity so quickly in such a short amount of time?
Well, I think it's been a process. I think we were, I think we're still on that curve. I think we're way further along than we've been and should be, obviously. But it's been really fun to watch the guys kind of build those relationships and enjoy spending time with one another while going to work, and competing and then pushing themselves and pushing each other. And I think that creates that kind of bond and continuity across position groups while obviously within some.
Coach Oko had mentioned previously that Le'Veon might not be full contact till about midway through camp, and then he said probably not going to be taking him to the ground very much.
Yeah, no.
How do you balance keeping him in bubble wrap, kind of
I know.
back, but
Yeah.
also making sure he's ready to go?
It's a fine line. I don't think there's a perfect formula. I think Coach is doing a great job of trying to walk that line as best as we can. Best thing about Lev is he's he about chews through any bit you put in his mouth. So he wants to go and just get after it. So, but he's been doing a great job.
What do you think of the green cleats?
It's a surprise every day. I don't know what's going to come out or if they're both going to be the same or not. I don't know. I just kind of, as long as I don't see them and they're moving fast, that's all I care about.